Hello class! In this video, we will be teaching you how to perform the Agarose Gel Electrophoresis. You need to make the agarose gel first. This procedure, we will be following a 1% agarose gel concentration. 500 milligrams of agarose powder will be weighed using an analytical balancer, and it will be dissolved in a TAE buffer of 50 ml in volume. Then, heat your mixture to completely dissolve the powder. Make sure not to boil your mixture, or else this will decrease the concentration of your agarose gel. You can avoid boiling of your mixture by heating it in intervals. Continue heating your mixture until it turns clear. Once it is clear, set the mixture aside and allow it to decrease its temperature, reaching a temperature of around 55 degrees or warm enough to be poured on a casting tray. While waiting for your mixture to cool down, assemble and prepare your casting tray. Level your stand first, then insert the tray in between. Lock the tray to completely seal the sides of it. Then, choose the appropriate comb for your procedure. The comb forms the well of your gel. Once you have set up your casting tray with the comb, you may now pour your buffer. Check it if it is cool enough to be poured by touching it on the thin part of your skin. Once it is tolerable enough, you may slowly pour it onto the tray. Make sure not to form any bubbles in this procedure. Then allow it to solidify to completely form the agarose gel. While waiting for it to solidify, start pouring a portion of your buffer to your tank. The buffer that you will be using should be the same buffer that you have prepared for your agarose gel. Once the gel has completely solidified, you may detach the tray from the stand and gently pull out the comb. This is the fully solidified agarose gel with its wells. Now, you may slowly and gently transfer it to the tank with a portion of buffer. Always position your gel with the wells near the negative electrode. Then, add more buffer onto the tank until the buffer completely covers the gel. Do not go overboard with the indicated max volume of the tank. This is the complete setup of your gel in the tank with the buffer. Now, we can then proceed loading the samples onto your gel. We need to mix the sample first with the loading dye. One way to do this is to prepare your loading dyes onto a parafilm tape or mescal film. Aspirate the appropriate volume of your loading dye, then dispense it onto the prepared parafilm tape, forming a liquid ball of the reagent. We are preparing all the loading dyes to be used for each well. We can now proceed aspirating your samples and mix it onto the prepared loading dyes. Using the appropriate volume of your sample, dispense it, focusing only onto the prepared liquid ball of loading dye. Be careful in doing this step. Make sure not to cross-contaminate the adjacent loading dye. Slowly mix your sample and the loading dye by aspirating and dispensing it several times. After mixing, aspirate all of the mixture, then slowly load it onto the well of the gel. Dispense the sample mixture directly onto the well. Be careful not to puncture the gel. Here is a close-up view on how to properly dispense the sample mixture onto the well of the gel. After filling up the wells with your ladder, samples, and controls, cover the tank with its corresponding electrode. Then, attach the cords onto the power supply. Set up the time and the voltage necessary for your procedure. Then you can start running your electrophoresis. Once you have started running, your nucleic acid fragments will slowly migrate towards the positively charged. Smaller fragments will migrate faster as compared to your larger fragments. Once the running has stopped, you can take out the cover, then slowly pull out the gel. Make sure that the power supply is turned off in this step. Take your gel into your gel imager to visualize the separated fragments of nucleic acid. Slowly pull out the gel from the casting tray and avoid creating bubbles underneath the gel. Once you have positioned your gel, you may now start viewing it and operate the gel imager. Capture the visualized images and record it for data collection. This is how it should look like under the gel imager. Thank you for watching.